Before I say my name, Eric changed my name for this episode. So, hi guys, I'm Hurricane Karina.
And I'm Vitamin E.
Yeah, and I'm Swendaloso.
All right, so today we have a special guest, and it's one of Eric's personal friends. I'll let you give him an intro.
Oh, we're good. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm very, very excited. We have an in-studio personal guest. In-studio, I mean, in my office, but Swendal. Swendal and I go back probably a good 8 to 10 years at this point. Initially, when California was going to recreationally legalize cannabis, we connected because I had been doing a bunch of stuff at that time about cannabis compliance and regulatory stuff, licensing. And he had this idea, which was pretty amazing at the time. He had a single out called Blue Caviar, which I downloaded right after we spoke on the phone. And I listened to it, and it was a real catchy song. And I noticed some other stuff. And then the idea of putting out a brand, a cannabis brand called Blue Caviar, and then to do a special pre-roll for that. And then we started collaborating all these different ideas, to be honest, because Swendal's very creative. I mean, as an artist. So we talked about, for example, we were going to make a pre-roll just for the Hispanic market, where we were going to put, because you can only do like an eighth at a time. Right. It was going to be an entire eighth of a pre-roll, really long, and then we were going to package it like in a casket for Dia de los Muertos. I mean, we're going to do all these different things that we talked about. Some moon rocks, like in a fake drum set, all these different things. But in any event, things kind of moved on. We weren't really able to get that launch, but we stayed in touch. And there were some new artists. There was that Lit Poppy song that came out. And talked to that kid because he was getting some bad advice from some pretty, greedy people that didn't, he was young, he didn't know. But that's what I mean. Like the relationship sort of kind of was continuing to grow, a lot of mutual respect and friendship. So even like budding artists that weren't sure what to do, Swendal's, hey, you know what? Let's call, Eric. Let's call E. Let me talk to this kid, see what's going on.
Right.
Swendal was kind enough to come to my daughter Maya's sweet 16 birthday.
Come on.
And that's right, Mizzle. And
right. Come on.
And got us the DJ.
Yeah.
For that
DJ Woo.
That's right, DJ Woo for that birthday party.
Come on.
So that's how long. I mean, so Maya turned. She's 22 now, so that's at least 6 years ago, right? And that was before. So again, we go way back. And but before we even get into, so today's episode is all about. It's going to be kind of two parts. One is a little bit of the history of some of the more pressing and well-known hip-hop beefs. Right. Swendal himself was around here on the West Coast for some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Had some personal, firsthand knowledge and experience with some of these artists.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the modern one going on that Hurricane Karina brought to my attention.
Come on.
Because I don't really know much about it. I just know the names, but I'm guessing Swendal not only knows all about it, but probably knows these guys.
Yeah.
So let me turn it over. So Swendal, kind of give us a little bit of your background and where we can find you now, and people that want to. I know your Spotify is blowing up.
Yeah,
Taste buds. I mean, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the opportunity, E. And well, my name's Swendal, Swendal. My story is I came in the game a ghostwriter and a driver, left on the jet with my face on a flyer. So I just put the work in and just was creative. We got a restaurant called Taste Buds. It started off as a truck. I actually did a movie.
Okay.
So on 3rd and La Cienega is another one of our little weed stores. We had a food truck out there called Taste Buds.
Oh, okay.
And we shot a whole movie because we're connected with my partners over there at Bark on 432 San Vicente across the street from the SLS. Mm-hmm. So we did a whole documentary. It's going to come out soon with the whole journey. I actually got a cookbook coming out too soon. Called Taste Buds. No, serious. Like,
don't laugh.
No, I'm laughing because it sounds cool as fuck. It really does sound cool as fuck.
I'm telling you, the hardest working hip hop artist I've ever met in my life.
Right here.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's called Taste Buds Daily Recipes, and we got our own line of seasonings coming out too, and NFT. That's the first little one, so I had to go through and make the little switch ups. And it's a 3-part series. We're selling them for $29.99. And when you buy all 3 of them, you're going to get all the recipes that we were using in Taste Buds. Then we're going to get another location in downtown LA. So it's like we actually got a meme coin coming too, because it's like it's all about the demand and the people. So it's like, all right, we're giving these recipes, everything we did to the people. And then the people support it. And I got an album called Taste Buds, so you get the album too when you get it. So it's the whole woo wop, but it's really the culture. It's the California culture, and we just, like, even with the rolling papers, and those are the Rolls Royce of rolling papers right there, So
I'm looking at the box right now.
They're
Swendal,
vegan,
vegan unbleached, king size pro, Swendal brand. We got to put this on the Instagram page so they can see the products and stuff.
Yeah, man. This another thing me and E was talking about, and it's just like execution.
No, yeah, it's pretty cool. All you're doing is pretty cool. Let me know when the recipe book drops. I love cooking, so
I got you. We're gonna deck you out. I got a whole Swendolensis package for y'all because we came up with the seasonings.
Yeah.
Because while I was writing it and we was putting it together, me and another artist, Seabread, and it was like, dang, I'm like, wait a minute, we're supposed to have our own seasonings.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to take it back, like, hold up. And then it's like, because if you're going to brand it, you really got to brand it for real. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I was just on the phone talking. We got a cannabis brand coming out too called Legal Cannabis.
Okay.
And we using arrows instead of pluses.
Okay.
So it's like we're directing the traffic now. So now basically using all the marketing that I learned, like, it's next level. Because now I'm going to help other social equities because I'm a social equity. That's how I got my license. Now, if you want to basically get a successful business, you can be a part of Legal Cannabis. Mm-hmm. And then we have a website. We'll make you legal cannabis, whatever city or state that is and whatever that is. And now you have a uniform place that we can go and support and buy, and we have our own brands and stuff like that, or affiliate brands.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Thanks.
Oh, Eric broke our mic.
This is fire. I like this, E.
All right, so let's jump in.
Yeah.
Today's episode, I think it's gonna be our 38th or 39th.
Ooh.
I know we're gonna get there. I know. I'm telling. Every week we're growing 100 here, 100 there. We have these little goals that we're setting. So, but there's a lot going on right now with Drake and Quavo.
No, Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole are together.
See, I don't know.
I know Kendrick came for Drake and J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole came for Kendrick, and then J. Cole was like, "No, we're friends." So he took back his diss.
Right.
And then Drake came and started just shitting on everybody.
Right.
Everybody. Drake just messy. That's just what my thoughts. Drake is messy and he's sassy. So I don't know if you've seen it, but Drake made a mariachi band come out and sing to tell Metro to basically shut the fuck up and make some beats.
Yeah, he did.
Like, that was crazy. That was crazy.
He on top of his game right now. Everybody is on the top. Like, Drake is on the top of sales, and that I'm not gonna say he's the top of every creativity, but he's very creative. Mm-hmm. There's been people that have had all the stuff that they're saying he has and not been as successful. Mm-hmm. So it's like, at some point you got to be like, he's special.
Yeah,
he's special.
But isn't this like history repeating? Because Swendal and I can go back into the 90s.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So that's what I wanted to start with. Why don't you maybe give our audience a glimpse of some of these hip hop beefs that you personally know about?
Right.
I mean, we're LA, West Coast. We don't fuck with New Yorkers and that kind of nonsense, right?
We got love for NY.
All right.
So to me, I think the best diss track ever written was "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac. I feel like that is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That was up there. But it was a couple other ones that's up there. I mean, it's Dre Day, real motherfucking G's. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a whole bunch.
There is, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Takeover was dope. Ether was dope. Mm-hmm. I mean, the bridge
I was
is
born in
over.
01, so I've just heard this. I never experienced.
Yeah.
I was born in 01. That was over by the time I was born.
I mean, that era. No, I feel what you're saying. though. That era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, whenever there's somebody trying to be on top, it's always a fight for the top. It's the king of the hill. Mm-hmm. And it's like, who is the best? And that's an opinion, because the thing about music is it's an opinion-based sport. So it's not like I made 200 baskets. Even though I make 200 sales, doesn't equal the same as my words touch 200 lives. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's opinion. You know what I mean? I think that everybody going for that top spot.
Yeah.
Everybody. Mm-hmm. you know, and right now with all the genres kind of mixed together, there ain't no R&B top spot. There ain't no rap top spot. No. It's just a top spot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really what the music people making now is R&B and rap kind of. Yeah. It's not really rap or R&B. Yeah. So it's a new top spot. So now you got new people fighting.
And I feel like you can't ever really top spot somebody because of all the past artists. How are you going to say one of these rappers is the top when, you know, we had Nip, we had we had Ice Cube out there, we had Snoop rap, and we had Dre. Are we going to forget all of that talking about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole?
That's what I wanted to go back to. Yeah. Some of the things that started this all. Right. Like Swendal, tell us where in your opinion, where do you think this all really kind of blew up? I mean, in my mind, I'm going back to like Tupac and Biggie, and you know, but it might have even been before that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because even I think it's about that top spot. I think about the hip hop, the culture of hip hop, because it's like, okay, now on the East Coast they started hip hop, but when it came to the West Coast, it was already gangs over here. So now these gang members are turning into rappers.
Chris Brown.
So it was already, you know, I mean, he was out here when he was young too, though, because he was out here with Tommy the Clown and them. So I mean, I can't take the LA experience away from him because he was out here.
I don't know. Chris Brown to me, I know he like reps that he's blood and all of that. Yeah. It don't sit like with me looking at Chris Brown, who he is. It's just so funny to see it to me. It's amusing because he be singing and dancing on stage talking about some mama blood.
But I'm gonna tell you this though, right? Because he is, and I know some people that's over there, you know, like, but I'm saying this though, right? In a gang, everybody's not a killer. Yeah. Everybody's not a hustler. Everybody's not this guy. Yeah. So it's a group of different people. Yeah. So that person that's what he do.
And usually the rappers don't even hang out with them. So it really don't be.
I mean, you know, like you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, everybody it's just that it's just like everybody want to be a part of something. Yep. So any type of affiliation, anybody got, whether it's the Boy Scouts, whether it's the Homeboys, whether it's everybody is a part of something. So it just be like that. And then if I'm a part of this, you're a part of that, we might clash in the name of the American dream in the top spot. So, you know.
What do you think is the prime motivating factor today? New artists that want to kind of break out, you know, where would one go? What kind of connections they need to have? Is it all just about talent these days? I mean, I think back in the day it was. You had to get noticed, right? Yes. But if you got noticed and you were talented, because you look at like Biggie and from New York and where kind of his background. Right. If he wasn't kind of noticed, if somebody didn't see something in him. Correct. Especially today, given the amount of social media exposure people get, and it's all kind of about the look, you know, and I don't know that he would have blown up today like he did back then. No, between us, I mean, he was pretty fucking ugly. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, he said, however.
Goddamn, right? But
you know, what I realized is like, all right, when we was working on that lit pop, there was a new thing because that's where like No Jumper and all that stuff kind of really started. Yeah. Because he really changed the format of No Jumper. Because remember when we were like, it's like there was a new game that was on the rise and it was called subscribers. That's when they were entering in the YouTube world. Yep. And he always used to say this word. I didn't understand what it meant, like clout out. I'm like, clout out? Because from another era, clout meant something different. Yeah. But in this era, it's currency. So they be like, clout. I'll do it for the clout. I'll do anything for the clout because that's currency. It's not money currency. It's like a crypto coin. It's a meme coin. That's why it's meme coins. You feel me? It's a meme. Clout is a meme coin. You feel me? But how you exchange it depends on your whatever your banking system is. Some people exchange clout for money. So it's like now with these new artists, like it's two ways to do it. One, you can go be ridiculous. That's what people have done in the name of clout, but it ain't going to guarantee you that you're going to go nowhere. You just, and what I realized about what going viral was, I didn't know until we had that experience. Like all viral means is that everybody's passing your link around. Yeah. It don't even mean that they know you yet. They just sharing it.
Well, we saw Karina saw one of your songs specifically blew up on Spotify. Million plus listens,
Right.
more at this point.
Right.
And so that's what I'm asking. Is that kind of what you're alluding to? Like, it just, because sometimes it just kind of comes out of nowhere.
It comes out.
I mean, you've been in the game for a long time before that blow up.
For sure. And I've been, we've been making records and putting it out. And it's just like, it's all about timing, because it's like right now I've been dropping an album every month, right? Mm-hmm. So the thing is this, it's like, everybody like, oh, I'm in the studio, I'm working. But are you working or are you chopping tomatoes? Mm-hmm. You're just preparing. Because if work comes with serving, so you ain't working until you're distributing mm-hmm. it. So if you're not distributing it, you're not really working, because there's no way you can make money off of it. So when I'm looking at the artists in the game now, it's like a bunch of pump faking because you spending money on studio time for a song, doing millions of songs that you're never going to release. Mm-hmm. What about if you recorded one good song, one good studio session, and you was going to spend $10,000 a whole year? Why don't you just spend that $10,000 in promoting that one song? Mm-hmm. Now the game is different now. There ain't nobody that can hold you back from the people. Back then it was like, oh, I don't like you, Swin, it's not coming out. Mm-hmm. You're like, huh? Now it's like, I don't care if you don't like it. It's out to everybody. Mm-hmm. And that money that you had, put it into the belief in your thing. Right now, Independence got a super game changer, because Universal Music don't want to be on TikTok right now. Mm-hmm.
They took off all their sounds.
Every single song. Yep. So now on a TikTok platform, mm-hmm. you ain't got to compete with Universal's mm-hmm. billions and millions. You don't have to compete with Drake there. You don't have to compete with anybody that's a part of the machine there.
And that's all the top artists.
Everybody Universal. Yeah. So now at this point, how hard is you actually working? Ha! Mm-hmm. Now let's cut the game of I'm better than you for that 1 second and 3 minutes in my life. Okay, how better are you now? The game's wide open. You can't say that, oh, this guy's not. Oh, this guy's not. What is mm-hmm. it? How many songs are you posting? How many videos are you? Now it's about how hard are you working? Do you deserve our support? Because we got it. Kendrick, we got, and I'm talking about people that had record company deals. Yeah. You feel me? Nip, we talking about Rick Ross, everybody. Mm-hmm. So now you got record company. That's one thing. That's an artist liking you or a company liking you and putting the money mm-hmm. behind you. Mm-hmm. Now, everybody else, do you believe in yourself that much?
Exactly.
Are you going to put your money in your own ball game?
So, so what's interesting, if you want to know how it worked back in the day, and I mean like the late 80s, early 90s, that kind of thing, you had essentially two avenues. If you were an up-and-coming artist, it didn't matter what genre, country music, rock and roll, blues, hip-hop, didn't matter, okay? Either a very small independent label would find you, or they would have these A&R guys out there going to clubs, right? But you'd have to be performing somewhere. You'd have to be on a stage, even a small one.
Right.
Somebody would have to find you. They would sign you for a fairly nominal amount, maybe enough just to cover some studio time. And I'm talking like an 8-track studio, like nothing special back then. But the idea was if they could make a good enough demo or like a 4-song cut, which is what we used to do, 4-song cut, that then would be marketed to these bigger companies. They would then buy out your small independent contract. The independent record label would get, believe it or not, like the lion's share of that buyout at first. That's how they made their,
Right.
And then if you were lucky and good enough to get to like your third album,
right,
that's when you would start making money. Even radio play in the beginning, you didn't really get paid because the label was paying the radio stations to play those songs,
right,
to boost the album sales, to recover all the advances,
right,
everything else. Today, so now you go back into like early mid 90s, you had Napster, right? You're too young to know Napster, but Napster was essentially the first large scale file sharing platform available online. And essentially you could swap any type of content, mostly with songs, but then of course, I got into videos and porn and all that stuff. You could put anything.
It was like a Fire Stick, like an unlocked Fire Stick back
then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so people would put all their songs and tracks on Napster, and then you could just grab them and download them, and you could have these playlists on your laptop, like similar to like your iPhone now is also an iPad, iPod, whatever. You could put them on your laptop, right? That's what we used to have to do.
Fire.
And, right.
It was like free Spotify.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Except
Apple Music was free.
Yeah. You could download the record.
Right. Except Napster wasn't legal.
Correct.
And was breaking all these copyright laws. Correct. And that's what started this whole sort of content revolution, right? Why shouldn't everything on the internet be free, and why should we have to pay for that? And the people, believe it or not, that shut it down were the artists. And it makes sense if you think about it, because they're the ones losing, right? Every download now, today, if I spend 99 cents for a song, right? There used to be like an Apple iTunes.
For sure.
Right? The artist got 30 cents of that or something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And if your song was popular enough, right, you could make really good money. You download millions and millions of downloads.
Yeah.
Right. But back then, there was no pay for, none of that.
Right.
So everything's evolved. Now today, LPs are a thing of the past, right? The record stores are a thing of the past.
They're niche.
Right. Yes. Vinyl places, old.
They're
Right.
niche.
Those are like Salvation Army stores now. I mean,
True, but you know what? In this revolution, Goodwill is like Marshalls now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people love secondhand. So them vinyls, like they be going for like for $500, $100. So it's the game is dope how it is now, and it's like, even to piggyback what he's saying, it was a different game, and I was talking to somebody yesterday about it, and I was like, your come up was in the record company days where the artists, that's what I meant, the industry, because all getting a record deal is somebody liking you. If I like you and I give you a chance and I invest my money because I like you. Now, I came up in the business where I had to put my own money up. So it wouldn't be no Swendal socks. No, I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Because I got blocked a couple times. I just did the pump fakes. So it's like, but if it all depends on what type of artist you are. Some artists need to be signed to people because then you can fully focus on your craft. If you're not already kind of hustle in that type of way, you're going to lose because you're going to spend all your time trying to gain skills you might not have already instead of focus on your craft.
Best example, if you think about it modernly, was Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
Right. That was literally, I mean, his name was who he was. He was out there. He would put out an album every 2 years. He would charge $10K a copy, right? Because he would only put out 20 copies. Or something. I mean, something very limited.
Yeah.
And it made everything he did feel special.
Yeah. Right? He was a real intimate person. And, I just think that we were grinders.
Yeah.
So we was just grinding. And then from selling CDs to selling this, and it was just flipping. And, Black Sam was the ultimate, super seller of them all. Used to be at Yee's with the CDs, at Vaughn's with this. So I just think that now that you said that, E, we came up in the digital revolution. Where music was different. So we was the ones distributing the music because Black Sam got a copyright case. That's why he went, because he was selling CDs. So we was the ones receiving that stuff off Napster and all this and distributing it and redistributing it, so it's a grind thing.
It is. And I mean, that's what Nip talked about, that's all he talked about. Because I'm same neighborhood. So I grew up. So I met Nipsey a couple times and he was always the same person. Like he always would talk about how, you just had to keep going. You had to keep grinding. That was all he would tell the kids. He was always at a store.
Yeah, he was.
He was always there. His kids was always there. And you could tell he genuinely had to just grind to get there. He really was in the back, just he was gangbanging. He was doing all of that. He really was. He wasn't just talking about it just to sing. And I feel like that was a real story there.
It was a real story. And to see bro's progress, and it was dope, and it's just it's all about that grind because you're not going to get anywhere without adversity and without overcoming it. So it's it's that famous corner.
And he was a good example too on how it didn't matter where you're from. He had songs with YG. They weren't from the same place.
For sure.
They had so many songs together. And that was an example. It was all these new rappers, they feel like they can't collaborate with anybody because they gangbang, because they're going to shoot out, they're going to kill themselves. It just, you could see that from before. But
it takes level-headed people though too.
Exactly.
Because sometimes people don't be level-headed. They be trigger happy. And then if it's got to be somebody there structured out. You know what I'm saying? But they also had a good structure too, even the foundation. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because when you came home from prison and he started with Steve Lobel looking for talent, it's it was a whole bunch of dope stuff that happened for people, to have their structure and learn from to build on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's about everybody piecing up and learning from each other and building and growing, you know? So he definitely had my back. You know what I'm saying?
That's small area.
Nah. It's big. I just, you know, I'm feeling the convo. This dope.
So let me ask, and then we'll get into this current sort of thing that's going on. But it's a kind of a two-part question, but only because part of this is my own sort of morbid curiosity.
Come on, dig in. Let's go.
I gotta know. Just between us, because I know you know a lot of these people. Yes. How fucked up is Sean Puffy Combs? I mean, for real. I know the rumors. Ice Cube put him out there. I mean, all these things. And honestly, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. It really feels like people from the East Coast are more fucked up and nuts than people from here. No, I'm serious. But then I don't know. Right? I don't know, some crazy stuff going on.
It's two different coasts and it's two different mentalities for sure. You know, LA is women, weed, and weather, nice weather, chilling. New York is cold, tall, so it breeds different people. You're not really low riding in New York. You're not really, it's a different vibe. And I know people that have amazing stories about this person. So to me, I think that it's how your relationship is with the person. It might be somebody that I have a terrible relationship with, but it might be that same person might be somebody great to somebody. It's all how you know them. I'm sure everybody walking is a terrible person and a beautiful person. The people I've been around got beautiful stories, but more and over, it's like, and this is where you're talking about a real story. Okay, if people are that real, how are they that terrified of something? How are you that terrified? If you're that real, what are you that terrified of? I don't know. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I feel like a lot of people who are involved with this are very afraid of Diddy and what that could come out of. Because there's a lot of people that could talk, but they won't. 50 Cent's been telling us. No one was listening. Cat Williams said it earlier this year.
Right. I think it's this is what it really comes down to, and we were talking about it earlier, maybe off, but it's like, how do you want to obtain what you obtain, right? Do you want to obtain it in a way where you put your head down, or you want to obtain it in a way where you keep your head high? Then it comes down to, is money important? Well, if money's important, well, then doing sucker shit in the name of money is cool. But if it ain't important, then it's not. I'm going to stay on my grind. And that's a personal choice people make. So I'm not saying what is sucker or was not. That's within your compass of whatever that is. But it's like even people that's like, whatever they're saying, it's different because it's like, if that's how you felt, always have that. But I'm not saying we always feel the same way all the time. But it's like, now while this person is being kicked down, now like more kicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kick a motherfucker on Monday. Just wake up and kick a motherfucker. You be like, hey, that's real. That's a real kick. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till Saturday night, 11 p.m. Now I'm getting stumped out. Now you're stumping me out. Come on now. You should have been stumping them out if it was that bad.
Exactly. But it's now, as I think it's a fear that they're all going to come out and everyone's going to, be involved.
Right.
I feel like the people who never fucked with him like that have been told us that. They never, you never saw Diddy at those parties. I mean, you never saw 50 Cent at them parties. You never saw Cat Williams at a party. They both made it.
Absolutely.
They both made it real big.
And we gotta understand what the meaning of success is to you. Success, what is success to you? And not always chasing someone else's thing of success. It gonna lead you backwards. And that's what I realized, with dealing with even, helping other artists and stuff. It made me sharpen my game. Like, and you think about myself, like, am I making the right move? Are we staying true to our brand? Are we going, you want to do that record, but why you want to do that record? Do you know them really? Or is we just doing something to get on?
It's like the people who rap, who start rapping and they act like they're gangbanging because they feel like that's what they need. And they be saying they bang, gangbang and all that. They never do. They don't, no one knows them. But they feel like they need to say that to fit in.
Yeah, I know. That sucks.
Well, I think that type of behavior happens in every industry.
Absolutely.
Right. There's always going to be somebody that feels the need to like give you their resume when they start talking to you. And even if it's not I hate to say it, as a lawyer, I get that shit all the time. Call, counsel, this is so-and-so, and if you recall, on this day and this day, and they're like, I don't need a fucking history lesson. So I was like, why are you calling? What do you need? Right. Just cut to the, stop. What do you need?
Straight up.
I got one more question.
Come on.
Well, this is just personal between.
Whatever.
All right.
We solid.
Right now, today, at this moment, what is your, what I would call your hardest core rap song on your phone? Something you listen to all the time. I got one too on mine. I listen to all kinds of music. This is going to surprise you guys, I think, what I have. But all right. I got two, but one specifically.
On my phone, I just got Swendal and Sis. But I just was listening to Easy E Any Last Words. That's off that with the album that had real motherfucking G's on there. So that was, I don't know, but I listen to a lot. I like, one of my other ones is The Omen with DMX and Marilyn Manson.
Oh, okay.
It's like good.
The stories we gonna read has DMX in it.
Oh, come on, Dark Man X.
I was, I'll wait to the very end of the episode. I'll play the song I have. I'm afraid of copyrights.
Yeah, we can't do that. Though, if anyone if they hear or anything like that, they'll take our episode.
Oh, I don't think they'll hear it at this point.
No, but I'm saying sometimes it alerts them, and a lot of people will copyright it.
All right. Well, then I'll just tell everybody later what it is.
Okay.
I think it'll surprise everybody. What about you, Karina? What's your? I mean, you got to go old school. I don't want to. If it came out like in 2010 or later, I don't want to hear it.
Right. She got one too.
I can tell.
Old rap. Or
well, when you say old rap for you, that's like
because I'm like my new rap. Because right now my top new rap, well, not new, but like the one I've been listening to is "Shit Talk" by Blue Bucks Clan. That's right now.
Blue Bucks go up.
I love them.
Out the blue, absolutely.
Let's see, old ones. I'm not gonna lie, "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac is one of my favorite songs.
Hit 'Em Up is hard.
Hit 'Em Up is hard.
It is hard. I love Hit 'Em Up.
I mean, sure. I love Eminem. I love Dre. I love all of that shit. I love Snoop. I don't know.
Corrupt calling out names. Yeah. It's so many.
It's so many of them. I couldn't tell you a top from like the old music, or I guess for me, it's like that old rap. I grew up with that. I can't pick a top from that. So, but I'll give it a "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac. So.
Okay,
that's a good one.
So now, let's get into what's going on today, right? Because I hate to admit this. I don't know. I don't really understand a lot of this. So I'm going to need Karina to kind of give us the breakdown. And then once she kind of gives us this backstory, I want our in-studio expert Swendal to tell us not only who's right or who's wrong, who's coming out on top of this.
Right. Hurricane.
Right? That's what I want to know. So yeah, Hurricane, take it away.
Let's start with the bullshit beef.
Okay.
Quavo and Chris Brown.
Okay.
Them motherfuckers is beefing over Sweetie. They're beefing over Sweetie. All Chris Brown does is beef over women who don't want him anymore.
Ooh.
Damn.
Let's be real. He was beefing over Karuchi. Anytime he leaves a woman or a woman leaves him, he will beef with the man who is now fucking that woman. That's why he got beef with A$AP Rocky, because he's still in love with Rihanna after he beat her ass. Karuchi, and then Sweetie.
He does, but what I'll say this though, it takes two to tango.
It does. Yeah.
Because at the same time, he's Chris Brown. So he did date Rihanna. He did. I think like it go back to that King of the Hill thing, right? When you the king of the hill, what comes with it is the riches, the women, the land, all that.
Wasn't that one of the lines that they dropped, right? What's a prince to a king?
Yes.
Right? I see, huh?
That was in the Drake beef.
Whatever. Oh, we're not there yet? I'm sorry. All right.
Right.
It's almost, it sounds like, it's almost like you've got this sister-in-law, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that, that type that just always has to like insert herself into something, even if she's not really sure what it's about. That's how I feel right now when I'm like, I'm saying like the line.
No,
I got you, buddy. I got you, bro.
This is what's so dope about it. To me, it's like you have to have a certain amount of thick skin to be in an opinion-based sport. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was leaving it to what other people thought, like there was a time when people said, Swendal, put your name smaller. Somebody that was supporting was like, no, bro, put your name bigger. So I understand it from two people, the creators aspect and then the people, the judging thing. You got to have thick skin and everybody's opinion is valid because it makes it relevant. And I think that like, for real, there's other things that's on Quavo's mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you listen to the diss tracks?
I heard it.
I think Chris Brown was out of line when he said that he should have died instead. I feel like that one was a little out of pocket.
I mean, you know,
because he did just lose his. You know, to him that was like family.
That was family, but even with that, you know, there's more important issues than the studio.
Exactly.
So, but then that goes back to who people is.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the musicians should be making music, as the street people should be doing what the street people doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is something that's just going to stay competitive, all right, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like King of the Hill because she had to want to go too.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like both of y'all is mad, but that's why Dog Pound said we don't let him out.
Exactly.
So that's why they said that. It's not personal. It's just that so you don't take it offensive, bro. She could go wherever she want. You don't own her. Did you marry her? Okay, well, you don't own her.
Exactly.
So let her go where she gonna go. If she wants to mess with you on Monday and him on Tuesday, hey.
End of the day, that's the Weedy.
Hey, come on. That's
you literally just called her a whore without even realizing.
She said it a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, I don't think there's a problem with you know what I'm saying, dating a lot of people because
it's not.
You know, especially in a lifestyle where everything is moving fast, sometimes you might think this person is cool and then you find out later y'all might not be compatible.
Exactly.
So at a place where you're around some of the top people in the world, don't be silly and go over there. Like you better play the musical chairs.
Because if I'm honest, Saweetie's not that good of a rapper. If we're being real, I don't think Saweetie is good. And a beginning opinion was I feel like Quavo really did help her career out. Just the fact that he was dating her.
I mean, all those things help, but I think that she does rap dope. But why people like Sweetie is not her raps.
It's not.
It's her personality. Yeah. She's an interesting person. She's a good looking person. She's somebody that people are going to want to. So I think that now, even we were talking about now music is more, music is something you can or can't, don't have to do really. But I think just being popular is the game.
Well, it's like Ruby Rose. No one really likes her because of her music. People like her because she was a porn star.
Come on.
You know? So it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's whatever people can use to make people interested in it, and then taking that interest into, because she's on the new True Religion thing. You know what I'm saying? So she getting booked.
Yeah.
Somebody says we need her right now. So she's, you know, and I just think sometimes what it be is like, we can't always blame, like, people going to do whatever they going to do. Men is going to do what men do. Women going to do what they do. But at the same time, if y'all don't mess with each other, you ain't got to talk down on that person.
Exactly.
They can just go on with their life. It'd be too much hating.
But isn't Drake a little too big for this? I mean, I hate to say it like that, but I mean, I listened to some of this stuff, and Karina was kind enough.
Right.
Sorry, Hurricane was kind enough to send me a couple of TikToks so I could kind of get an idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But isn't Drake like just too big for this kind of stuff? I mean, how old is he? He's not 5 years old.
But you know what it is though? It's that King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because see, from that element, now we getting into some ignorant King of the Hill shit. Because it's like, this is still Kendrick Lamar though. This is still Future. Even though he might be the number one in sales, these are still top artists too. These are not, so these are in his genre. These are still heavy competitors because Kendrick is big. Future is big. Metro is the producer of all this stuff. I mean, they've done a lot of hits together. Yep. You know, Chris Brown is big in the genre. Quavo is big in the genre. These are all like stars in the sky. These are all different constellations competing for the sky.
Do you want to hear what tiny shred of connection I have to Drake?
Come on.
Ready? This is a true story. Don't look at me like that. It's real. Yeah. Well, when you hear what it is, you'll understand why it's. So I had a client that owned a house here in Beverly Hills who leased it for a month to Migos.
Okay.
Right?
That's where Clay was from.
Right. Yes.
Fire.
I only learned that part just now. But anyway, but the beef was They claim the house was not in good condition and that there was rats and rodents. My client claimed that they fucked that house up, and it became like a whole thing back and forth. So so I dealt with their lawyer, and we eventually settled it pretty quick. But that was like my tiniest little connection to all of this.
That's fire.
That, and I know a guy, because people that know me know I do a lot of stuff that deals with like gaming and in the gambling world and poker. Drake is a very well-known yet degenerate gambler.
Yeah.
And he was cut off at a casino in Canada. It's called the Playground. He wired $100,000, lost it in like an hour, wanted another 100 in credit, and they wouldn't give it to him. And he went on a whole big tirade because they just didn't know who it was. Right. But they have their policy and their limit,
Right.
But those are like my little scintilla, minuscule, like little.
Well, I mean, that explains it. He gambling. He throwing it.
Yeah.
He throwing it on red right now.
He got it. And he got it. So, hey.
Jeez.
So who's right in all this? Like, who does somebody win? How do these rap beefs work? Is there a winner?
Who would you think right now is winning this beef with the Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake? Because I'm going to give it to Drake just because of how, ignorant he's been and everything he's thrown out.
I mean, this is what I will say. And it's funny because like we was talking about this, and it's like there are two different type of wins.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick's win is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying Drake not being authentic, because Drake is being very authentic.
But Kendrick's very authentic even in his music. I feel like listening to Kendrick, you're just hearing him talk about his life, how he came up and what the struggle was for him. Drake makes music to dance.
And that's but you know what's so dope though? Everybody but why is Drake number one? Easy. Because people aren't making music to dance to.
Exactly.
So he's winning by a landslide.
Drake got everything. He had them little pump beats earlier. Exactly. He got it all.
He's making music, and to be honest with you, from a fan standpoint, that is who's supposed to win.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey man, I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
What can I play that can make me have fun?
Mm-hmm.
Drake's whole album, I can have fun in this. Well, then this is what I'm listening to.
Drake in the clubs, Drake on the radio, Drake. Everyone loved Drake. You could hear Drake anywhere.
And
they play
else.
Drake at even schools because it's safe for kids.
Yes.
Drake's kind of ugly though. I mean, just between I don't know. He doesn't.
I don't know. He a certified lover boy.
You know what? It's like the Mick Jagger effect. You know Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. You might be too young, but Mick Jagger's honestly the ugliest fucking rock star ever. Honestly, ever. Right? Mick Jagger's never, ever had to worry about getting a woman. Yeah.
But out of everyone who's in J. Cole, Kendrick, Metro, all of them, Drake's the best looking one.
Oh, I don't know.
You just haven't seen Future and Kendrick and J. Cole. That's the thing.
That's true.
And Metro, exactly. Drake the best looking. Drake's the light skin.
But Kendrick the only person that's married.
Yeah. But Drake's the light skinned. So
honestly, is that it? Is that still a thing?
Yes.
No, I honestly, I remember back in the day, that was it was a description. If you go back to the 50s, right? You go back to the 50s and 60s. No, I'm serious. That whole idea of like what they would call like yellow, right? Like, or the yellow and lights. Right. Like, that was like it was almost like
but now it's a compliment to them. Drake loves being the light.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. He embraces it.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's Lenny Kravitz. He's the OG to that.
He's the OG. I give you that.
Right? Come on.
And then you got Marky Mark, and Drake is just like took it to the next level. No, Marky Mark, because he was in the Calvin Klein, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did the modeling and all that. Yeah.
Like Drake is like the next, like, and that's why I say he's on his game, because he understands what he is and he accepts it and he just feeds into it. He put the heart in his thing. I wouldn't do it, but for who he is in his thing, that's fire, because his fan base is going to be like, you know what? I know when I'm listening to Drake, I can relieve my mind of everything I'm really thinking about. Everybody else content make you think about their life.
And Drake got content for everything. You want to be sad? Go listen to Take Care. You want to be, hyped and everything? Go listen to his newest albums. He got music for whatever you're feeling. You feeling sad, mad, all of it. He got it.
He got it for you. So it's like.
So I hate to use this analogy, but is Drake basically the Walmart of hip hop? Like, there's nothing there you can't find.
We'll give him Target.
Target is it a little bit
Target,
okay?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking because you would. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's Costco, right? He's got more like big selection of stuff, usually good quality. All right.
I mean, he might. I feel you, because it's somewhere for everybody.
Yeah.
It's got something for everybody.
Cause he even had like that like beat like that unts music at some point with that other album he had put out when it was like more like techno beats too. He even had techno beats on one of his albums.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one thing I like about Drake, if you just listening to it, like I'm listening to the music, he's going to give a fan everything that a fan wants, so nobody wants to switch playlists from him.
This has been so educational for me. No, I'm serious. I appreciate it. We're getting close to where we got to wrap up, but I want to do two quick things. Okay, so number one, I want to ask kindly if Swendal can give us a little bit more of his history.
Okay,
and then what I also want to do is I'm going to put it out there to the first listener that emails us after this episode drops. I will, and they send me their shoe size. I will buy them and ship to them a pair of the Swendal sneakers right off his website. He's going to tell you where you can go for that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All the merch. But I'm telling you right now, first guy, I'm buying the Swendal shoes, and we're going to ship it out to him.
Yeah, we got you.
So tell us why. Tell the audience really how you came up, where you came from. Let me tell you why this is important. I mean, we touched on it a little bit, but I'm being honest, not just because he's here. I've said this before. Swendal is the most, and I'm not joking, the most positive, hardworking guy I've ever met. Nobody outworked him that I've ever met in my life, and nobody has stayed up as long as he has. He could probably give you some stories about being an inch away from homelessness. I mean, but here he is today. Weed store, taste buds, cookbook, music, albums dropping, merchandise. He is the definition of hustle and struggle and make it.
Absolutely.
But don't take my word for it. I'm serious. Tell our audience about you, and then tell them where they can find your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Grew up here my whole life. Played like South Central. Like I played baseball at Van Ness Park. Feel me?
I grew up in Van Ness.
Come on. I was a Texas Ranger and a Colorado Rocky. Mom's was team mom. I always thought I was going to hit the ball and hit Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The Jack in the Box.
Come on.
It's
you know what I mean? It's still there. It's still there. You know, we used to play. Yeah. I used to be at my homie Gene house. We used to play on 60th and Crenshaw at the school. It's where you learn how to play basketball. Yep. You know, caught the bus to Magic Johnson. I'm from here. I'm from around the way, you know? And like just being from in this area, like it was a bunch of people, you know, like who knew that I would grow up to be me, or Nip would grow up to be Nip, or this guy would grow up. We're all from this area. Who knew that?
You think growing up in the hood made you who you are?
I think that we already come to earth who we are. Okay. And then what we go through only refines or redefines who we are. Mm-hmm. I don't think that no school can make nobody be who they are, because kids always be who they were already. I was always, you know, like my granny got this little story about me. My grandpa friend, Minnesota, he remembers the story like this. We was outside, and I was like, Minnesota, look, airplane. I remember when he turned around, it was just too slow when he turned around. And he was like, man, that little kid, he gonna be a preacher or a con artist. That's what he said. And I grew up to be a rapper named Swendal, not on purpose. Mm-hmm. You know, but when I think about it, sometimes we already who we are before we get here. Mm-hmm. It's just that your life just guides you, and you take the right decisions to really live into your destiny. Mm-hmm. You know, and sometimes being where we from, like the hood give you a nickname, and then the nickname turn into your identity. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we be in a nickname too long that we don't live into who we are. We be too nicknamed out. Like, all right, homie, but it's forever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
People who never get out the hood. That's what it is. People who never live. They stay there. That's who they are. They don't grind to get out.
They don't want, but they don't want to. Yeah. But it ain't, when you go somewhere else though, it ain't like the hood is that bad. It's just how we all think about the hood.
It definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you go to Arkansas, you be like, dang, it ain't no paved roads over here. You be like,
at least we have paved roads.
Yeah, so, you know, but I'm from Los Angeles, born and raised. Man, just been grinding with this music, you know, and just from the CD selling to the believing. My homie Rick Bricks, who was Rimpaw and Nip's boy, we all was grinding together, and I just kept grinding and finding my niche with it. You know, I've helped some artists along their way do some dope things, you know, and want people to go further, and I'm gonna go further. And so, like, You know, if you want to find out about the Swindolenses, you can type in Swendal, Swendal7. I'm there with the logo. I got the happy face. You know what I'm saying? So, and swindlemania.com is where all the merch is. We got the Swendal socks, the Swendal shoes, the Rolls Royce of rolling papers, and, you know, just really, the branding, you know, and that's why I separate the business from the industry, because the industry is somebody liking you and believing. You know, a lot of these knocks, like $1 million knocks, like OMG, break you down type. I don't have $1 million. I'm doing bad, you know, but it all comes in the story. And one thing I appreciate is that through all of it, I remain my character. Sometimes when you're at your low point, that's when your character shines. And then you go do something in the name of, and you got to hold your head down later. So I just stood 10 toes in it. You know, so I appreciate E, man. He's always been there. I appreciate you, big dog.
Well, no, likewise. And Swendal's one of my older clients and friends, partner in a lot of stuff, and really, really appreciate him taking the time. I know he's busy, so I'm gonna give the audience now.
Yes,
I'm gonna
I want to hear it.
I got two. I mean, I got a bunch. I got lots of different songs, but here are two. Korean's probably never heard of them. You know what? If you've heard of either of these, I'll give you $100. No, but don't lie. You got to be honest. Okay. First one is called Fight the Power, and it's by a band named Public Enemy.
That was a good one.
And that song was featured in one of the more controversial movies of its time called Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee.
Fire.
Look that up. So Fight the Power. My other favorite, and this is tied, my other one is by an artist named Big Daddy Kane, and it's called Ain't No Half Step. And that is that's a motto. That's a mantra. Right? Swendal lives by it. I live by it. Any of my clients know we live by it. We don't do anything halfway. This song goes all the way back to the early 90s, or even late 80s, right? But I'm telling you, that holds true to this day, right? No, go big or go home. You don't do anything halfway. You live your life that way, and you'll see just how far it takes you. So, yeah, those are I got some more. I got It's Tricky, my DMC. But
those
well, everybody knows that one. I'm just saying. I haven't got the fucking Marky Mark song on here. I came up with some of those songs, right?
Yeah, he was a GOAT. Will Smith was the GOAT.
He sure was. He went nuts after a while, but you're right.
But he was like you tell me you didn't know Summertime. Everybody knows Summertime.
Everybody
knows the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song. So it's like it's certain people like so when you talking about top of rap, and he married Jada Pinkett. I mean, come on, he was the top. So I think everybody got their era when they kings and they got the throne.
This has been so enjoyable. So Karina, do me a favor. Tell them where they can find us. Swendal again. Let everybody know one more time where they can get your stuff. And first, I'm telling you, the very first email we get, Karina's going to give you the email address. The very first one we get, send me your shoe size and your shipping address. You're getting a pair of those Swendal shoes.
All right. So you want to say yours first, and then I'll give our ending?
Whatever you
go ahead.
Okay, yo.
One more time.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. I appreciate y'all. My name's Swendal, Swendal. You can find me on Instagram, everywhere you want to go, YouTube. The website is swindlemania.com.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. Sona, thank you for being here. Remember, we appreciate all of your support. Remember, you can find us on Instagram at The Pentamicon Firm, and our firm for the podcast is The Late Podcast. There's periods in between every letter in late. And then our Twitter and TikTok is at Pentamicon Firm. You can visit our website at eblawfirm.us, and you can email us and email Eric so that you can get that pair of shoes at info@eblawfirm.us. Thank you all for listening. Bye.
All right, this is Vitamin E signing out.
Swindolences.